I'm about to ruin my overall retention on this video by answering a question that everybody is asking and probably the main reason why you clicked on this video. How much do you have to pay as part of your overall earnings on Twitch to the music industry if you are part of the DJ program? 30%. Now, this number is going to be different depending on the channel and the ways in which you earn. If you earn more from subs or gift subs or bits, there is going to be slight differences overall. But generally speaking, it looks to me like you'll be paying a total of 30% of all of your earnings to the music industry every single month. And if that's all that you're here for is the answer, to now you can go and look at your earnings and go, okay, I make $1,000. Now I'm going to make $700. Thanks so much for stopping by. Click like. Click subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, and sign up for my newsletter, tos.gg. All right. Now, for the rest of us who want to learn a little bit more and potentially have some potential ways to mitigate some of this overall loss, and want to learn a little bit more about this overall program and how I got to these numbers, stick around because I obviously have lots to share here. For anybody who's not familiar, back in June, they announced the DJ program was going to be launched. And as part of it was going to be a new category, promotion, and a revenue sharing system for DJs. Then they launched a exciting promotions page with all kinds of stuff, DJ Jazzy Jeff and Grandmaster Flash. But the question that everybody has is, okay, great, how much? And the answer is, they can't tell us. While we are prohibited from sharing the exact rates up front, our subsidy program will make sure that these costs come in gradually over time. And so as part of this, they launched a one-year subsidy program that effectively takes a lot of the burden off initially. So 100% in the first month, 92% in the second month, probably 85% in the third, and so forth. Now, we knew that we'd be able to kind of figure this number out after this earnings sharing and subsidy program started. And that is in fact the case, and how I've managed to actually make this determination that it is probably around 30% of your total earnings that will go to the music industry. And the way that I've done that is that yesterday they did launch the DJ subsidy little ticker on your channel pages in your revenue section that shows you, hey, this is the amount of the subsidy that we're giving back to you that would have otherwise gone to the music industry, and here's what it's going to be for this current month that you're in. Now, what I asked from DJs was to click on this form and submit your information. Tell me how much you actually earned in the previous month, in August, and how much your overall DJ subsidy was. And when we put this onto a graph, this is what it looks like. The total percentage of income lost versus income earned works out to between 12% and 41%. Now, keep in mind, these numbers ultimately differ very, very greatly in terms of the overall income. Some people are earning thousands of dollars. Some people are earning hundreds. But you can kind of see that the numbers seem to mostly fit between this 20 to 40 range. And in fact, if we combine all of these averages together, we get an overall average of 30.29%. Okay? So that's all of the averages combined together. If we combine all of their earnings and all of the earnings, all of the subsidy program, and then we divide those two, we get 30.96%. So still pretty close to that 30% number. Just a quick update here. I am in the middle of editing this video to post today. It is Thursday. And the number of DJs that I have data on is now up to over 100, but the number is still holding true. The current average is 30.67% combined. That's for all everybody's individual percentages added up. And then the combined total, when you take all of the earned revenue versus the subsidy amount, is 31.66%. So just wanted to give you that quick update so that you have the most current information. And the reason why this will differ is that if you have different sub splits, for example, if you're on a 50% versus 60% versus 70%, that will cause some level of change. Local price subs, fees on payments, and the way in which you're earning bits can also have an impact on that. For example, if you're using an extension, there's a 20% extension fee that goes to the developer of that overall extension, and then splits are taken from there. Now, Overall, I think there's been a lot of confusion about this overall program too. Twitch launched a whole bunch of different pages and a whole bunch of different messaging. They've had different communication in the DJ program Discords. They've had different communication from the CEO. They've had different communication from the calls that they're having with Twitch staff. So everybody's been getting a lot of very, very different information versus what's been made public. And I'm attempting to try to make it a little bit simpler by cutting through all of that noise and putting it all together into a single document. And I'll be hosting that on tos.gg, again, my newsletter site, but you can access this for free when I do publish it, and it will go through all of the various things of importance. What do you get by joining the DJ program? What do you lose by joining the DJ program? And then all of the relevant resources if you want to learn more. Rather than having to search through blog posts and legal documents and help articles, I'm going to put it all in a single place in an easy-to-read format so that you can find anything that you actually want. Now, lastly, as part of this, let's talk about mitigation. Let's talk about how to potentially reduce that overall burden on yourself. Because a 30% loss of your overall income is quite a hit. And I want to bring up 3 that I personally use. I'm not a DJ, but these are 3 different services that I personally use that I do recommend. I think that they are positive and they bring immense value to creators in terms of monetization. And the benefit of using them if you are a DJ who are subject to your earning sharing is that they are outside of the purview of the Twitch deal. So you only have to pay money to the music industry. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't pay money to the music industry, by the way. I think that it is a reasonable thing to do. But I think it is kind of extreme to take 30% of people's earnings after you also have to split 50% of your sub revenue and 30% of surcharge on bits and ads. You have no... Let me just say, I think that as a creator, you should have some more additional control over your finances rather than being at the whim of a platform that, again, couldn't even tell you what this split was. I don't think that's fair. And the first thing that I do want to recommend here is membership programs. I'm a big fan of membership programs, and the one that I recommend most is Fourth Wall. Fourth Wall is obviously very well known for their merch offerings. They offer basically the customization of almost anything you can imagine. You can turn into merch that you can sell yourself to your community. But not a lot of people necessarily know that they also offer a membership program that has all the functionality of any other competitor and blows them away in terms of functionality that they don't have. So they're on par with anything else you've ever heard of, any of the big players, but they offer additional functionality that they do not have. And one of the big ones that they offer is the ability to gift memberships to your live streams on Twitch. It's a fantastic function. It is completely underrated and more people should look into it. But ultimately, one of the main reasons why I recommend them, A, I do have a partnership with them, but B, they offer a 95% split. So if you wanted to set your memberships at $3, you're going to get 95% of that after fees. The second thing that I'm going to recommend here is Tangia. Tangia offers a lot of on-screen interactions. Things like, okay, this cat, they're going to give a kiss to the streamer, all right? They've got, hey, people can put this overlay, so this is your stream. Claps come in on top of the stream, so as though you had a green screen effect. Now, you can use this with bits, but there's an additional thing that they offer, which is Tangia Credit, which are tokens, which allow you to purchase directly through them, so you're not actually paying for bits, and you're not having to share any of this revenue in terms of using the functionality. They pay out at 80%. So if somebody gives you 1,000 tokens, you are going to get $8 from that $10 spend. 80% split. And they also have gifting functionality. So if people can't buy tokens for themselves, you can gift them to other users to be able to use, or your community can gift them to other users for them to be able to use. So it is really cool. You can't even gift bits to other people on Twitch, but you can do it with Tangia in terms of their tokens. Great function. The last thing that I'm going to recommend here is Blurp. Now, it's kind of hard to use Blurp if you're a DJ because Blurp is essentially known as being a platform for sound effects. So, for example, you're there and your community decides to play.
Are you sure about that?
Sound effects.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Naughty, naughty.
Just little sound effects that appear on your stream that ultimately they are paying to play. Perhaps unknown to a lot of people, but Blurp also has their own version of tokens, and they call them beats. And so you can see here that you can purchase these different beats for these different packages, 1,500 beats for $18. Now, they don't have a split. You get every beat. So they take the split up front. So if you pay $18, you're going to get $15 from that. Because it is beats, because it is off platform, it will not be subject to the same earnings loss that you can potentially have from bits and subs and ads on Twitch. So those are the three things that I personally recommend in terms of diversifying your overall income while still maintaining your Twitch stream, while still understanding that 30% of your Twitch earned income is going to go to the music industry, but then also offering additional functionality that exists outside of the purview of Twitch's income and the revenue sharing that gives you more flexibility and potentially makes it easier to make this your career or make this the monetization of your stream continue to be viable to do it full time. If you do want to ultimately go through this document, it will be available on tos.gg. It's where I send out a weekly newsletter covering everything happening in the streaming space. So again, if you are somebody who is trying to make this your full-time career or even a part-time career, I do think that it is exceptionally valuable to you as a creator in giving you all of the updated information happening in on Twitch and in the streaming industry itself. And if you enjoyed this kind of video, please click like and subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell, and yeah, I appreciate it. And yeah, with that one, thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.